Hello, and welcome to another Gwent City video. Today, on the Gwent community, we have an amazing guy, an amazing person that has helped Gwent City itself to be the place that it is right now. And not just that, but he has been supporting other Gwent players and streamers as well. And with this, I would like to welcome DevilDriven. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Mandy? Thanks for having me on. Tough act to follow up Pavel, but I'm here.
I'm telling you, it's the second best. Don't worry about it. You're great right now. Um, so, Devil Driven, let us get to know you a little bit. Devil Driven, what is the name comes from?
The name DevilDriven, it came from back in the day when me and my buddy ran a guild, and WoW, it was the name of our guild, DevilDriven. And I just kept it. I thought it was a really cool name, and it's a good tag name for a video game, so I like it. It's a little bit evil, but that's pretty much it.
No, that's pretty good. It's pretty edgy. Don't worry about it. Like I remember when I was in World of Warcraft, my tag was on Holy Heart. It's still that's
Right.
why it goes. Yeah. Um, now you mentioned World of Warcraft. What brought you to Gwent?
Well, I started out playing like the first CCG I played was Hearthstone, like a lot of people, mostly because I could relate to the characters because I fought up against them and WoW. But to me, like the reason why I like Gwent is, I mean, the card art itself is just amazing. It's like everybody calls them children's card games, but it's like this is the children's cards game for children that grew up. I mean, there's people setting people's faces on fire. People got arrows in them. I mean, it's brutal. I mean, monsters are eating each other. I love it. It's a great game, and it's so different compared to other games because you don't have to deal with the mana curve and everything else that they all deal with. It's just you build a deck with synergy, and 9 times out of 10 it can happen pretty. As long as you build it the right way, it usually can go through. There's some that are bad cards, but for the most part, they're all pretty decent cards.
Yeah. Now, you come from Hearthstone. What is the biggest difference that you feel from Hearthstone to actual Gwent?
There's a lot of different things. Of course, the RNG. I mean, you got cards that can nuke the whole board. I mean, granted, we have Canby, but
It's a
Canby,
setup, yeah.
I love Canby, but it's like it's hard to pull it off. It's one of those cards where it's the grand slam. When it happens, everybody cheers, but 9 times out of 10, it's just a whiff, and you go to the dugout. But I mean, and that, and just the RNG portion of it, and a lot of times too, I don't know if other people have had this, but some of the community in Hearthstone was just really toxic. Like I would just have random people add me just to tell me to quit the game, and I'm like, really? Like it's like it's like, come on, man. It's like I'm thinking I'm like, this guy's gonna tell me, oh, good game or whatever. Oh, you should quit the game, and it's like, come on, man. Let's keep it real. But
Yeah, no,
it,
that's actually something that I really enjoy about Gwent, and this is the reason why I have this series because the Gwent community. I'm telling you, it's actually awesome. I never felt so welcome. I never felt so like people help each other. They care for each other. It's actually like a really nice online family. As corny as that might sound, but yeah,
no.
it is. And now a little bit more from Gwent. What's your favorite faction and what's your favorite card?
Um, Currently, I'm liking Nilfgaard. I Since the patch changed, I've been playing a lot of Northern Realms because I like Dijkstra. My favorite card was Johnny, but Johnny got nerfed pretty bad, so I can't really play Johnny. Rest in peace, Johnny. But that was my favorite card, mostly because of the card art. I mean, the guy's taking a dump on the card.
Dude,
It's just like
finally,
stuff.
see, I love that artwork. And if you see like on the background series running, it's great.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
they need the premium one as soon as possible. But that's another thing too. Like the premium cards, like it's like on other card games, they just like add like a gold border around it, or they just make it kind of shiny or something like that. It's like these cards are alive. I was playing it yesterday on a PlayStation, and if you tilt the controller, it moves the card around. You could see around like a little bit of the corners and stuff. It's just little things like that that
Sorry, my
they
dog.
make it. They just go above and beyond to
Yeah.
me. It's just amazing. I love it. I've never played the Witcher games. I watched a lot of the cutscenes and stuff, but just the way everything is set up and how, just little things in a little card that they put in there is just incredible. I love it. I love it to pieces.
Oh yeah, totally. And is there, as a Nilfgaard player, is there something that you would like to see CDPR do to the faction in order to be a little bit better,
Um,
or perhaps even nerf? In your opinion?
um, they need to buff Amir. His concept's really cool. I mean, you're basically stream sniping your opponent. You just flip their cards and you're like, hey, I gotta know what you got,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like the way the cards are set up currently, it just doesn't it's really hard to win with it in my opinion. And then John Calvé, I just don't think there's enough spies right now to make him viable. He's good, but he's not like, the best Nilfgaard. It's Morvrand's just, up here, and everybody else is kind of like they're kind of like meme decks, you know what I mean? But
Oh yeah, I know all about
but
that. I love them, but it's hard to get like a consistent win
yeah,
ratio.
I mean it's with Morvrand. I mean, being able to pick from three cards, and then using K here and doing it again, it's just, it's great. I mean, I love it.
Yeah, it's great. As far as I was gonna say something. Oh no, yeah, I was gonna say as far as the spies, yeah, they did a little tiny bit of consistency, which I'm pretty sure that they have noticed. And Emir, the reason why the cards is because Gwent is like a strategy game. It's more like poker. In a way, you
Right.
kind of know what they already
Exactly.
have. So for you to actually visually see that, it doesn't give you any kind of benefit. So I think that that's also one of the points why Emir is like way it is. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, that's the way I describe it to people that I, try to get into the game, like my brother. It's Viking poker. There's just these bearded guys. They're all, ready to fight, and it's just, you got to get into this, That's how I describe it to people. But yeah, and plus two with the bluffing now, with the trap cards and all the bamboozle stuff going around. It's a lot more complicated than, when people first look at it. They're just like, oh, just, put 10 straight guys on the board and you'll win. It's like, no, it don't work that way.
yeah. The one of the first things that I had to learn coming into this game was self restraint and be like, all right, you know what? Sometimes I gotta give it up. I cannot win. If in the minute if I win round one, second and third one are gonna be rough. So yeah, it's all
Right.
about that. Now, what does DevilDriven does on outside when? What's one of your hobbies?
Um, well, if you follow me on my Twitter, you'll see I got a couple of sugar gliders. They're really fun. They're like little squirrels, and they're just my pets. I got them for my girlfriend for her birthday, and they're just funny little animals that I wish I could put them in my videos, but every time I'm recording, they're sleeping because they're nocturnal animals. But one of these days, I'll get them on a Gwent video here. But um, that, and I'll play a couple other games here and there. But for the most part, it's just Gwent. That's it. Just eats so much time when I'm not working or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love it.
Also, is there anything that on Went that you would like to see added?
Well, the spectator mode, of course, and with the challenger, tournament coming up, the one thing I'd like to see is like a team wars tournament where, you get a team of five guys, each one mains, a certain faction. You got your Nilfgaard guy, your um, monster guy, whatever, and you go up against five of another team, the first one to win with all factions, you win for that day. We did it in Duelist, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I mean, you just, who can bring the best team, to take it out, the other team.
Yeah, bring the action, bring the sportsmanship between the community. That
Right.
that is
Yeah.
something that we need to step it up. And
Yeah.
finally, you have videos, you have your Twitter. Where can we find you?
If you just type in DevilDriven on YouTube, I pop up. I had a couple of videos that did really well. It's slowed down a little bit now, but maybe with the help of Gwent City, thank you for having me on, we can get a couple more views. But a couple of my King Brand videos went like over 1,000. I was like, whoa, holy cow, how did that happen? But
Yeah,
yeah, just type in DevilDriven on uh, on YouTube or on Twitter.
awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with us. And with that, I say, see you guys next time. Awesome,
Thanks,
dude.
Manny.